Well, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again. This is the second of this week's reviews, and we're back in Asia again. Specifically, we're in the Philippines, and you're looking at MACTAN CEBU International Airport in the Philippines, Romeo Papa Victor Mike. This is a payware scenery by CloudSurf Asia, and you're looking at version 1 for both the PC and Xbox versions of Flight Sim 2020. The download is 696 meg and it installs at 1.64 gig. Now currently it's available from 3 locations. You can get it from Sim Market or from AnyBuilds or from Orbix. Xbox users can get it from the marketplace. It's currently there. I'll give you the Sim Market price because it includes tax. It's currently selling for €15.85, which equates to roughly $16.73 US or £13.75 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are all estimates taken from the euro, and they do include VAT or tax, which of course may vary depending on the country, your country of purchase. So let's look at the list of features. Okay, currently it's massively customly built from scratch for Flight Sim 2020. Full custom objects specifically modelled for the airport itself, RPVM. Fully modelled Terminal 1 and 2 with interior for Terminal 2 and half of it for Terminal 1. Fully modelled general aviation and military hangars. Custom high quality parking stands, ground textures, ground signs and markings. Full PBR textures across all 3D models, both 2K and 4K. The airport's also VATSIM ready and all airport data is up to date. A custom animated jetway specifically modelled for the airport to maximise immersion. And we also have modelled hotels and resorts around Mactan Island, including Mactan Newtown, Atera, Sheraton, Shangri-La and more. And they also specify free future updates for bug fixes and compatibility. So there's quite a lot here. There's also one other thing here I should mention. This is a single runway airport, and we'll go into runways in a minute. But a second runway has been built. It was under construction from 2020, and it was due to go live this year, 2023. Now you can see it in the scenery, but at the moment, as of now, October 2023, the second runway doesn't appear on Jefferson charts, so I don't know if it's actually active or not. The current Jefferson chart from Navigraph that I've got, dated September 2023, only shows the main runway, but we'll go into that in a minute. Okay, so as ever, let's talk some history. Okay, some history for you then. MACTAN CEBU International Airport, Romeo Papa Victor Mike, is an international airport owned by the MACTAN CEBU International Airport Authority and operated by GMR Megawide Cebu Airport Corporation. The airport serves the city of Cebu and is the main gateway to the central Visayas region in the Philippines. Located on a 1970 acre or 797 hectare site in Lapu-Lapu City on Mactan, it is the second busiest airport in the Philippines after Manila. The airport serves as a hub for Cebu Pacific and Philippine Airlines and as an operating base for Philippine Air Asia. The runway was built by the United States Air Force in 1956 as an emergency airport for Strategic Air Command bombers, and the airport was known as Mactan Air Base. It remained a Spartan outpost until the Vietnam War in the 1960s, when it became a base for the C-130 unit of the US Air Force. Commercial flight operations began in April 1966 for domestic flights. The airport replaced the now closing Lahug Airport, which is now the site of Cebu IT Park, which could no longer be expanded due to safety and physical limitations. International charter flights began later in 1978. In July 1990, Republic Act 6958 was approved, which creates and establishes the MACTAN CEBU International Airport Authority, or the MCIAA. The law transferred the existing assets and operations of MACTAN CEBU International Airport and Lahug Airport to the newly created MCIAA organisation. Terminal 1, which was built in 1990, serves as the airport's domestic terminal. Prior to the completion and opening of the new Terminal 2, it housed both domestic and international operations and has an annual capacity of 4.5 million passengers. Plans for a new terminal were laid as early as 2005, but the construction of the existing terminal was instead pursued. In November 2004, the Mega-Wide Construction Organisation, MCIA, won the contract to expand the airport with a bid of 17.5 billion pesos. On June 29, 2015, President Benigno Aquino III led the groundbreaking rites at the old site of the Philippine Air Force Base in Lapu-Lapu City, which had been demolished to make way for the construction of Terminal 2, which began in 2016. On June 7, 2018, the new Terminal 2 was inaugurated by President Rodrigo Duterte, with the terminal being operational on July 1st that year. In May 2021, the second taxiway, an expanded apron of the airport, was also inaugurated. MACTAN CEBU Airport is served by over 20 airlines, including Asiana Airlines, Cathay Pacific, China Eastern, Philippine Airlines and Singapore Airlines, just to name but a few. So there's a bit of a potted history for you. This place has been around a long time in various forms and guises, and took a little while to get international establishment, but now it has, and you've got this massive runway of over 10,000 feet. As I said, a second runway was constructed. Construction began in 2020 and is now complete. However, it would appear, and I don't know if anybody who lives out in the Philippines can tell me whether or not this is true, it would appear that this second runway, which is 8,400 feet long, doesn't seem to be inaugurated or doesn't seem to be operational, because it's not showing on any of the latest charts that I can find. The latest Navigraph chart, dated September this year, still only shows the single runway and the full-length taxiway. So again, anybody out there who lives in the Philippines or knows this airport well, maybe you can just expand on that for me. So having discussed runways, let's have a look at them. So runways, and as you can see, we've lowered the lights and you've got the sun disappearing over the horizon there. So MACTAN CEBU Airport currently operates a single runway 0422 measuring 10,860 feet or 3,310 meters in length, and it's made from asphalt. The second runway, as I said, which doesn't seem to be operational yet, certainly it's dark in the scenery there. This is runway 04 left 22 right, measuring 8,400 feet or 2,560 meters, and it's been constructed from concrete. As I said, it's been built and it was planned to open sometime this year, 2023. And as I said, however, this new second runway is shown in the scenery project, although it's darkened. But currently the latest Jefferson chart, dated September 23, still only shows the original runway 0422. The airport lies at an elevation of 35 feet or 10.6 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 8-hour time zone. Now, the Philippines do not observe daylight saving time or DST, and with the UK currently 1 hour ahead of GMT, the airport is 7 hours ahead of the UK. So the main runway that we're looking at now, both ends of this runway have runway lighting, have the approach lighting system and precision approach path indicators on both sides. Now here we're looking down the throat of runway 22, which, as you can see, has the full approach lighting system along with the alignment lights and the sequence flashing strobes. We also have centerline lights here as well, which also, as I said, are not on the charts, but as I've said many times before, anything that gives you additional help to land in low light visibility is perfectly acceptable with me. So pretty much as per the charts, PAPI's on both sides, airfield lighting, runway lighting, and you've got the approach lighting system, which again is shown on the chart. So this is pretty much okay. Let's have a quick look at the other end, 04. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 04, and you can see we have the PAPI's on both sides, we have the runway lighting. We also have the approach lights, which are pretty much as per the chart, except that you have flashing strobes. There are no indication of flashing strobes on the chart but as I said, perfectly acceptable. It's pretty much as expected. You've got the approach lighting, which is going to help you anyway. So both ends of this runway feature both RNP and VOR approach options. There are no instrument landing systems at this airport currently. So we've got a couple of RNP approaches and a couple of, I think 2 VOR approaches on the runway 22 end. So that does it for runways. Let's do the jetway test. So jetways, and just for a change I've decided to leave it in the evening, just give you a taster of some of the lighting here. Let's test the jetway, see how it works. Okay, nice motion there. The wheels turn, the jetway head turns very nicely actually, and the motion towards the aircraft is pretty much at the right speed. So this all looks good and the jetways look good. As usual, we can see the stairs going down into the concrete a little bit, but not by much actually. So there we are, right up to the doorway. All looks pretty good. Let's have a close look. So first of all, there you can see the stairwell's gone down into the concrete, which is nothing new, it's pretty normal. And there you can see the jetway over the door. Now that's a pretty good fit. From this angle I can't see any encroachment through the skin of the aircraft, so that's really good. Bear in mind that something like 90% of jetways puncture the skin of parked aircraft, and the ones that don't actually are quite rare, so kudos to these guys for that one. Let's check the other side. And there's the other side, and as you can see, that's a pretty good fit actually. Let's go in through the jetway itself into the doorway, see what we can see. So first of all, looking at the base, there you can see the jetway's right up to the aircraft, but it hasn't gone through it, which is really good. And another big bonus is the door isn't impinged or infringed upon in any way. And there, if we look at the top there, you can see it doesn't quite cover the aircraft, but it's pretty close. And again, looking at both sides, I can't see any evidence of them actually going in through the skin of the aircraft. So well done guys, that's a really good fit. And there's a view from inside the aircraft. Now bear in mind I'm using, at the moment, I've got the fly-by-wire Airbus A320neo for a change, and not all of the structure is fully modelled, which is why you get this kind of door shape here and this sort of open bit here at the side. But what we're looking at here is the entrance to the jetway, which is nicely modelled, complete with the door, and it's weathered. So excellent, really good job done there on the jetway. So let's disconnect the jetway. So aircraft door closes. It's a nice motion. Jetway head has turned as it should. The wheels are turning. Stairs are still in the concrete, but they're coming up now. And there you go, that's pretty much it. That looks pretty good. So no real problems there with the jetway. In fact, it's really quite a good fit, so as long as you get your aircraft positioned correctly. So that's a jetway test over, and you've had a little flavour now of what it looks like at dusk. Let's go back to the daytime and have a really good look at this airport and see what it looks like. So we're going to do the usual airside tour, this time going from south to north, but before we do, here we are at the coast, not far from the threshold of runway 22, just to look at some of the modelling that's been done here. Here you've got a small construction site with concrete and various construction vehicles and other vehicles there. You also can see some of the work on the off airport here. We've got some containers and various buildings. To the right you can see the main runway threshold, which is here, and you've also got the approach lighting which goes into the sea that we looked at during the jetway test. And just a quick view across the bay, across towards the city. As you can see, it's hugely constructed. I've got the default Oceania, all the world updates installed. I've not purchased the, you can actually buy the city, which vastly increases the amount that you would see here. But I've just got the default world updates, and this is what you're seeing. As you can see, some of the buildings have been developed here, such as this one, and various other buildings and hotels and resorts around that have been done. But let's get on with the tour. We'll do a south to north airside tour right across the airport ramp, and you can see what it's like. So once again, another construction site you can see to the south of the airport ramp. Lots of vehicles. And here we go across the ramp, and you can see the terminal there. There's the control tower, various vehicles. Modelling is really nice, no real complaints here at all. It all looks pretty good. There is a military operation here on the airfield as well, as you might expect. There you've got some C-130 Hercs, fire station, fire services down there below, and some helicopters. Again, modelling is really good. So here's the long taxiway complete with signage, and here you can see the turn off onto the currently non-operational 04 left. You can see the big X there. And then to the right, as you can see, the taxiway goes right the way around to the threshold of 04. There's the windsock. And again, some signage to the right, some really nice palm trees as well. I'm going to continue here because as some of you have seen, we've got a McDonald's sign over there, so let's have a look and see what they've done here. And there it is from the other side, some nice signage, and you'll actually see this lit up on the approach if you come in on 04. Another view of it there for you. So just another high level shot looking towards landside and towards the city. You can see many buildings and structures. Lots of foliage, some of it misplaced, but a lot of it really works. They've also done the airside fence down here, which you can see goes all the way down the airport. But you know, it looks great, it really does. And here you can see more construction. GA aircraft as well down there. This is the GA apron. Some nice hangars. And yeah, that looks all pretty good. Very nicely done. You know, there's a certain ambience about this place, and to have the ambience is really good. As we continue along, as you can see, you've got the road that goes all the way around, the airside road. There's a radar dome. It doesn't look to be animated, unfortunately. There's the fire station. And as you can see, there's lots to see here, even away from the main terminal. More construction. There's the VOR station. And various modelled and unmodelled buildings as well. So let's do a slower pass over the main ramp for you to see. We have a look at the modelling here. There's the terminal buildings. There is internal development, which we will look at shortly. There's a control tower. Let's go and have a look. Quite nice from the outside, and it looks like it's been modelled. Let's take a look. And as you can see, indeed it has been modelled to a reasonable amount. No people, no controllers, and the screens are blank. But you know, that's fine. This is the length of of work that they want to go to, and I quite happily accept that. So once again, passing across the stands, there's my aircraft parked on Bravo 3. Various bits of clutter, lots of it, just as it should be there, including vehicles that are properly marked. and areas of the building there that are parallaxed slightly where they've not done any work inside. I mean, it all looks pretty good here. Various vehicles that are as they should be for this airport. Fence line and gates, roadways. Here you've got a hangar with the Philippine Airlines Airbus inside. Very nice indeed, and you've got a Philippine Airlines aircraft modelled over there, and again, good quality modelling. Very nice indeed. So this is the main Terminal 1. Let's go inside and have a look. You can clearly see there's modelling in there. So as you can see, beautifully modelled right down to the roof structure and the seats. Don't see any people at the moment, but anyway, let's have a look. So as we travel down the airside area here, various escalators and stairwells. And yeah, it looks okay. Now we start to come to some shots and bits and pieces. Okay, some of that's a bit low res. Not sure if it really works, especially there. But no, that's fine. This is the length that they wish to go to, and you get some designers, developers that just are better than others, as it were. Here's the main atrium. So there you go. You see, you've got some of the shops and bits and pieces, and unfortunately these are really low resolutions. They don't really work. However, there we go. So there we are, looking back the other way that we just came. And just another shop here. You've got this little vending machine, and you've got this little kind of restaurant place here, and you can see out through the windows as well, which looks pretty good. So we'll continue just a look through the terminal here. There's a security check, and you come through from landside. We go landside here. You see a lot more development here. You see all the check-in desks, and it looks good. Like I said, it's just a real pity there's no people. You could put some static people around here, and this would really up the ambience. They've modelled the terminal so well, leaving people out, in my opinion, just, you know. But there you go. The quality of modelling is good. You can't take it away from them. It's very nice indeed. It just visually looks really good. So while we're here, let's look at the landside upper level ramp here. Plenty of cars, no road markings, so not too sure whether this is a parking area. Definitely looks to be a road, but unfortunately no road markings. So a quick look landside of the terminal. And this looks pretty nice. Plenty of cars, the car park. Yeah, all looks perfectly acceptable. Just looks nice. It looks very, very nice. I've got a feeling this will look better in the darkness hours. And they've done right down to the flag, to the electricity poles there too. and some road signage, and this I believe is the part of the new terminal. Interesting that they've developed this here landside a bit more by, you know, showing the roads, whereas they didn't put the road in at the other terminal. Okay, some good signage here. This terminal looks pretty good too. Yeah, nice. Not bad at all. Loads of taxis. And various buses, and there you can see across the airside as well. Swimming pool down there to the right, which is a nice touch. Hotel and casino there. Elevated roadways. And I just want to have a look at the entrance here to see what's been done, anything special. So you got this plinth here. Okay, which takes the road across the top. Nicely done. And here you can see the headquarters of the Airport Authority. This is their main building. Again, nicely constructed. Nothing to write home about, but it's there and it's identifiable. So just a quick look at some of the landside features. I'm not going to go into them all. There's loads of things for you to explore here. I just want to get a feel of the airport, off airport as well. As you can see, there's some various little bits of modelling that's been done just to enhance the whole place. So there's a high level shot looking from landside to airside. It's nice, it's perfectly acceptable. So let's lower the lighting to dusk and have a look and see how much this airport comes to life. Okay, 5:25 in the evening, and as you can see the sun is all but disappeared and some of the lighting's come on here. Signs are lit, which is good, and there's various bits of subtle lighting, which is excellent. And there we are looking towards the threshold of runway 22 and the bay beside us. And they're looking across the other side of the bay eastwards to the city below and the entrance down there. So here's part of the main ramp. There's my aircraft below parked on the Bravo 3. As you can see, the lighting's perfectly acceptable. You have blue airfield edge lights, green centerline lights part of the way. So at this time of the evening you shouldn't have too much of a problem. And they're looking northwards. There you can see the control tower has internal lighting as well, and the stands all look pretty good, and your lighting generally is of quite a good order. It's very nice. So a quick run out towards the runway, centerline lighting there, taxiway signs. So you turn onto this taxiway. Part of the centerline lights here are missing, but they pick up again as you get further away. There's a military apron with really just the bare amount of lighting, not much more. But as you can see, there is some lighting. It's very subtle, nothing major, but it's not bad at all. As we come back towards the airside part, this is the threshold of 04, and in the distance you guys can see the McDonald's sign lit up nicely there. And we've got a vehicle crossing the runway. So as we cross to the west side of the field, here's the GA area we looked at earlier. And again you can see some really nice subtle lighting, which does a nice job. It's very nice. So we cross the main runway. There to the right you can see a high-speed turn-off, so you guys have got no problems there, which is useful. We come across and have another close look over the ramp here. It looks nice. 1 or 2 engineers there, various spacings out. Really nice view inside the terminal there, you can see through the windows. Again, you see many of these airports really come to life during the night hours. There's the control tower. And the signage is lit, including the hotel and casino there as well. And here we're coming across to the maintenance area where you've got these 2 Airbuses parked and 1 in the hangar. Again, some nice subtle lighting. Plenty of Asobo globes, but you know what, I'm going to ignore those for the moment. The signage around here, see how it looks good at night. Lots of things come to life at night that aren't immediately obvious during the day. So airport entry, we've got a tree there placed in the roadway, which probably needs to be removed. But yeah, very nice off airport. And you have some very nice structures such as this one as well. So let's follow this road back in towards the terminal landside. The interesting thing is you've got sober globes floating around, giving some light when you've even got street lamps. Sometimes I don't get that. But as we said, you know, you've got varying levels of skill. Some developers are really, really good. Others are still learning their craft. But they've taken the time to present to us some nice projects such as this. Here we are landside. Again, some very, very nice lighting. It all looks really good. And it just, you know, it just gives a bit of ambience and atmosphere. And if we continue north from the land side here, you've got this other construction area, just land side of the terminal. And here we go, you've got more signage, more bits and pieces, little bits of lighting and parallaxing going on, just to give you that added effect. We turn back towards the airport airside. There's the military area. You've got the Hercules is there. All very nice indeed. So as you can see, the night is fast approaching. Dusk doesn't really last very long in these latitudes. Let's drop it right down to night time and have a quick look. Okay, 10 p.m. local time, and as you can see, night is fully upon us. This parts of the world, Asia, the dark nights really are quite dark. But interesting to see the light has come up, and from what I can see here, no problems really taxiing around airside at night, getting to the stands and getting out to the runway. As you can see, airfield edge lights, blue ones are there, centerline lights, the green ones are there too, which would help, and the stands are well lit actually. There's a quick look across to the city. It all looks beautiful at night. And there below you can see the hangars partially lit where the C-130 Herculeses are. And also there you can see the centerline and a taxiway leading right up to the main runway. And you've got lighting on the the west side where the GA apron is as well. All very, very nice. Let's take a look at the ramp close up. So once again, no lighting problems here at all. It's really well lit. And looking at the other stands, so access to both terminals 1 and 2 plus the northeast apron, all perfectly acceptable, no real problems at all. So there's a high level overview, and yeah, no complaints at all really, not much to say about it. Everything is just as it should be. Even the maintenance hangars with the aircraft are lit. So let's bring the dawn up. So 5:40 AM. The sun's coming up slowly behind us. I just wanted to show you this so you can see the red glow on the buildings and the harbour out here with the bridge and various bits and pieces. All looks pretty good. And as the sun coming up over the horizon, it all looks really quite amazing. Really, really does. So 7:05 in the morning. And time to give you my thoughts and conclusions. Is it worth the money? Yes, it is. 15 euros, well, just under 16 euros, including tax, by the way, is perfectly acceptable, I think. It's not an expensive product, but again, there's been quite a bit done to it. There's a lot that's been left out, which would be nice to see. Such things like having passengers inside the terminal. They've developed the inside of the terminal so nicely, particularly the landside check-in, but no people. So it would be nice to see just a few people. Don't think it's going to affect the frame rate that much. But on the plus side, the modelling is excellent, and they've gone off airport as well to do some really interesting bits and pieces, such as the hotel and casino, McDonald's that you're going to see if you come in on 04, and much more to explore that I haven't even shown you. The terminal and all of the buildings are really nicely rendered and put together. And as far as I know, this airport is as is, i.e. the second runway is built, but it's not active yet. But it's in the scenery, as indeed it should be. But yeah, I like it. It's really nice. It's been well done. Second busiest airport in the Philippines after Manila. Just gives you another option to fly in. I've looked at some airline schedules, and plenty of airlines fly in and out of here. So those of you who like to fly the Big Ten, you've got plenty of options here, and it all looks really good. So there you go, folks. MACTAN CEBU International Airport in the Philippines, Romeo Papa Victor Mike, payware scenery by CloudSurf Asia, and you're looking at version 1 for both the PC and Xbox versions of Flight Sim 2020. Download is 696 meg and it installs at just over 1.6 gig. Available from 4 locations. You can get it from Sim Market or from Any Builds or from Orbix. Xbox users can grab it from the marketplace, which is great news really. Give you the Sim Market price because it includes VAT and tax, €15.85, which equates to roughly $16.73 US or £13.75 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates from the euro, and they include tax or VAT, which of course may vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. It's a really nice airport, I paid for this as well, by the way. I wasn't sent it, I bought it, and I will fly in here. Lots of things to see which I haven't even touched on too. So yeah, a nice airport, well modelled, perfect for pilots, and more for you to see should you wish to explore further. So there you are, folks. Thank you for joining me on this review. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up another review. If you like my work and wish to support me, then by all means buy me a coffee. I'm on that. It's not very expensive, a couple of quid, but it all helps to help me. I'm a single one-man band, retired, and I spend a lot of time doing this. I've got over 400 videos up at the moment. But it's me trying to give something back to the community which I've been a part of for many, many years. I was a tester for Microsoft UK way back in the day. Many hours on tube liners, particularly the 747. But that's another story. But I got into doing this when Flight Sim 2020 came out, pretty much. And I hope you enjoy my videos, and I hope you've enjoyed this one if you've been on the fence about whether to buy it. So that's it for this week. I may well try and get an adventure video out this week as well, but you can look forward to more reviews to come next week. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks to all my subscribers, getting very close to 1,000. Anything you guys can do to push me up there would be great. So bye for now, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.